No, I think a break is in order. So many spend their time focused on one task, one person, one town. Ugh. I believe in diversifying one's portfolio, and bit since a big deal with someone only one in the gang has met is about to cash in a huge deal, it might be a good idea to know a bit more about him beforehand, yeah? You know, I always say it's best when doing business with a man to know where he does business, what he wants, and most importantly, who he's done business with in the past. So you guys awaken as you do most mornings, um, a bit sore. The beds in the gladiators' quarters are not the best. It's kind of bare bones shit. A cot, a little bit of hay to add some padding if you're lucky, but very low lit and communal living, so you don't really have much privacy. Um, but each of you has a footlocker at the foot of your beds with all your personal belongings as well as any armor and weapons that have been provided um, by the Winsboro estate to give you guys a good amount of survivability during your stay here. Each one of you having your own, not personal reasons, but reasons that were kind of decided for you one way or another as to why you were captured and taken in to the Umblin Big Winnings Trove, a casino in the northeast of Saltu. Deep under even where the janitorial staff go, there is a private club, as it were, where the really big spenders come down and bet on large arena battles, some of which consist of monsters being brought in, exotic things from all over Saltu, even from other continents. If Mr. Winsboro is really lucky, other spheres to do battle, and people place bets to see what's best. And for some people who fall under the thumb of debt or what has been construed as slander, or even just not really being very nice to Mr. Winsboro, they have the privilege of paying off these transgressions in these arena battles. And this is where each one of you find yourselves. We'll go in clockwise order from the top left. Just figuring out what everybody's morning routines are every morning whenever you are awoken. Nick, or not Nix, would you like to introduce yourself, Alyssa?
I was not prepared.
I can come back to you if you'd like.
Yeah, give me a second.
Cool.
Because I'm still skimming stuff.
No worries.
Apologize.
Jared.
Okay. Hold on, I'm pulling up my guy on Hero Forge right now.
Sick.
So I can describe him.
Cool.
So you see... Is everyone able to see me? Or am I just describing what I'm doing?
Yeah, pretty much everybody can see everybody. It's like a communal, almost like how a barracks is set up. There's a bunch of bunk beds that everybody is kind of like stuck with, and it's very like open space.
Okay. So you see a giant, or a Goliath, and he's about 7 foot tall, like ashen white with runes like covering his whole body, tattooed in red. And he's probably just sitting down, like eating just like a fucking broth or whatever they give him, you know, just like the lowest food. And then on his back, you see he has 2 great axes just in an X. And if you look at them, one has a cloud, and then the other one has just like kind of like a circle blue. Just one's a cloud rune and one's an ice rune on his axes.
Cool.
And that's it. He's just shirtless. Fucking hunk.
Sweet. And Sai, if you want to introduce yourself and say what your
Sure.
usual morning routine is.
Yeah, so Hydran is you see this kind of like pale blue skinned ASMR. He's a little under 6 feet. He's kind of got just this like medium-ish length, kind of shaggy white hair, a little bit of goatee and like stubble. He there's also like kind of, but I guess you call them battle scars along a lot of like his arms and his legs. He is probably like getting up and getting dressed. So he is just starting to put his, like, he's got a basic tunic that he wears under a breastplate. He's just getting his armor on, and he pulls out 2 scimitars and just kind of sits down and starts making sure they're clean, making sure they're sharp before just doing basic morning stretches.
Okay. Julian, if you would like to introduce your character and say what his morning routine would
Gladly. I sit at the edge of my bed with my beads, praying to my God for a victorious future and a quick way out of here.
Sweet.
I wear simple robes. There is not much about me.
Okay.
The collar of a priest. That is.
Cool. And then finally, Alyssa. If you
Oh, I'm not ready.
Too bad!
I was really not prepared. I apologize.
It's all good.
I should have double checked that before we started, but I
Yeah.
didn't. I was reading everything
Shame.
else.
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
Should I?
While Alyssa's doing that,
Yeah, sorry.
no worries. You guys are doing your morning routines, and each one of you has like a bunkmate, given that it's bunk beds. And so you usually have somebody who's in close proximity with you at all times. Jared, you hear a familiar sound you hear at least once a week. Is like your bunkmate usually wakes up early and tries practicing with the hand axes that they have been given whenever they came here. And you hear just like a ha, ha, shit! And then just like a little goblin head peeking around the like post of the bed, like, hey, I got stuck again. Could you? I can't reach that high.
I'll just fucking stand up, tower over him. Saul.
Thank you. Just kind of like holds onto the hand axes and just moves to a different part of the barracks with his ears kind of drooping a little lower. Sai, your bunkmate is usually out until like a guard has to like knock on the bars for the ones who sleep in for a bit. This Hexblood, a hag child with this like sickly green skin, kind of splayed out, an arm and a leg like draping over one side of the bunk. And so whenever you wake up in the morning, you have to kind of like brush the hand out of the way so that it's not like slapping you in the face. And about the time when the guards like hit the side of the bars, the Hexblood just falls out of the bed, just oh. Well, I trust you at least slept well.
I slept all right.
Oh. You know what we could really do with like a chicken or something down here? Make it a little bit better of an awakening. And the
You're
hexblood
the one who decided to take the top bunk.
just grabs a small brown sack, which you know is just filled with mushrooms, and just starts shoveling bits of it into their mouth. Julian, your bunkmate usually doesn't stick around much, but it's a couple other of the indentured gladiators, we'll call them, that have started to take notice of you over the last couple months. And whenever they notice that you are doing your morning routine, very silently, not wanting to break your tempo, sit down and very quietly follow suit. Each one of them also having like a rosary that they just turn in their hands. Not all of them with the lighter, brighter colors for the Sunbearers flock. Some of them have these wooden, very earthy beads with even some stones in for the Grove Tender. Some of them these very bright crystals for Lady Luna, and even some with like bits of seashells and stuff strung about a cord for the Tideborn. But each one of them silently just sitting down and kind of sharing the energy with you.
I lead them in prayer. May the sun bearer and all of his relations guide us all into the future. May he give you strength and serenity.
And
Let me continue.
And as you continue the prayers, you can hear them very quietly under their breaths. Not very many in common, most of them in their native tongues, following along. And on the opposite side of the barracks, Alyssa, who do we find there?
So you see a female tiefling with deep red hair, green eyes, and pale pinkish skin. And she is probably making sure everything she has is in order.
Triple checking your equipment, quadruple checking it, making sure everything is exactly where you left it. And you notice one thing, it's not missing, it's stacked opposite how you usually have it. And you know immediately, and you look up, and this, like, could it be more than a teenager high elf looking over with like a grin, just kind of like peeks back behind the like edge of their cot with a small giggle.
I'm gonna just not say anything, but I'm gonna take note.
Cool. And it's about at this time that there is only one time, other than breaking up fights, that a guard will come into the barracks without like a scheduled appointment, as this happens every week. The bracket listings. A guard comes in, a couple guards flanking him to make sure that nothing untoward happens. And he goes over to a chalkboard, wipes it all off, draws out the brackets and everything, and starts putting names up for different events. It's usually only half of the barracks gets put up for it, as they don't want to exhaust everyone in the same week. They want to keep it fresh. But you guys do see there are single events that names are being put up for, and there's kind of like, not a crowd, but people like whispering back and forth, relaying names down the line. And there's events for obstacles, chip battles, and then eventually it gets to the beast trials, as they're called. The single events are put up, none of your names. Duos, none of your names. And it's not until the big group event where it's just put up denizens of hell versus, and then as it's relayed down the line, Keely, Padre, Atticus. Each one of your names is put up there for one team. Which is a little more odd because the teams are usually put with people who have at least fought duos together. You guys haven't really interacted all that much. Which is not how Mr. Winsborough likes to run things. Which means two things. You've seen these kind of factors before. It's either he is looking for a bloodbath for the, as it's put up there, denizens of hell, to best you guys. Or, in the very rare case that sometimes happens whenever people go into an arena, win, and then just are gone, he may have a job. Regardless, your names are up. And so there's a kind of collective sigh from the ones whose names are not on the board, and kind of like a tense, like loosening of ligaments. Some people start doing workouts of the ones who are chosen. Padre, you do notice one of the ones, a Thrycree, a bug person, holding some beads for the Tideborn. Is just kind of like staring up at the list, shoulders tensed, looking over at one of the singles events.
I sees what I am doing. I put my hand on his shoulder. Fear not. My child, conflict often comes to those who are unready, but the ones who survive it are made stronger for. Look forward to your growth.
And this Thrycree with these grasshopper features, the mandibles kind of twitching nervously, eases up a little, just nodding their head. Thank you.
You will be something wonderful, I am sure of it.
I'm looking forward to seeing your bout as well.
I am a washed up man of the scripture. Not much more. But who knows? Perhaps I have a few more in me. And I tap him on the shoulder. And I go up to investigate the board.
Cool. Atticus. You do notice as the names are being called back, the goblin who was just kind of standing frozen as soon as he turned away, noticing the names being put up. As the last names are put up, just okay, and just goes back to his footlocker and puts the hand axes back in there, and like catches your gaze for a second, just says, "Hey, luck next time, bud," and kind of climbs up to his bunk.
I'm mad.
Oh yeah, you. I forget this is fun for you.
If anything, I might end up getting out of here.
Man, I mean, you put on a hell of a show. If anybody deserves a chance to get out, it's probably you. I mean, what was that, like 3 decapitations last time?
4, but who's counting?
If I didn't know any better, I thought you were used to killing undead. He just kind of rolls over in his bunk.
Might be a little bit more used to than what you think.
I don't know how to take that. Keely. As soon as the final names are put up, you hear like squeaking from the bunk above you, and the high elf just like swings like head upside down, much like a younger sibling, kind of peeking down at the older sibling on the bottom bunk from the top, just like, "Are you gonna die today?"
Hopefully not. But we'll see.
You better not. You still owe me a scone from last week. You said you would get me one.
I will do my best.
Okay. Don't die. I found a
Not in
shiny
the
for
plan.
you if you don't die.
Ooh, that's a good motivator.
Yeah. So, don't. I'm gonna take a nap. And just goes back up to the bunk.
Enjoy your nap.
Sai, I'm so sorry. I forgot your character's name.
Tydrin.
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 Okay.
I forgot his voice last time. Anyway,
Sick.
so.
Tydrin. You see, there are a couple groups that you've worked duos with before that you've survived with. You usually get paired up with former soldiers. Aesthetics kind of get matched together. And there is a very battered and beaten up warforged with one side of their head just like a cast iron like plate has been put on there, almost like a bandage. Walks up to you. Yeah. You worked with any of those guys before?
I've never even heard of these guys before. Well, obviously I've heard of them, but I've never worked with any of them.
Think he's going for the underdog play with you guys?
Maybe. But then why am I paired up with them? He pairs me up with veteran soldiers.
No clue. But whatever it
Well,
is.
maybe my numbers finally come up. Finally let me out.
Maybe. Well, you get out and you end up making your way over to... Oh, fuck, what was it? Vol. You make your way to Vol. You find a guy there named Titus. You tell him he's a piece of shit and he should never come back to town. He'll know what it means.
I'll be sure to pass on the message.
Good. And he walks up to the list as well, just looking it over, looking at the different matchups. He's been here the longest, and tends to look at the matchups, trying to see what the angle is with each fight, as usually with each different fight that's matched up, there's like some sort of story to go along with it. The gladiator fights, Winsboro tries to play off as a pageant or like some sort of theater production. It's a whole thing. And so he tries to see the story in it. But yeah, you guys know that the fights don't start till, at the very least, sundown. So you guys have a good amount of time to prepare. Is there anything you're doing in the meantime, or just waiting?
I think I at least want to go meet my supposed teammates.
Okay. You've seen them in fights before. You've, especially following your Warforged mentor, who just names himself as Tay, pointed a couple of them out before as like potential like bits for different stories. Padre, who's kind of sitting, looking at the board right now, holding a rosary. Keely, who's kind of going through the chest as she does every morning. And Atticus, who's, I'm assuming, also going to look at the board.
Yeah.
So at least one of them is very near the board. The other two are headed over there immediately.
Yeah, I'll walk up, like, if... I'll head towards the board as well, since we're all congregating there.
Cool. Padre, what are you looking for on the board?
I'm taking it all in.
Give me an insight check.
$17.
17. You've overheard the Warforged as well, talking about how different matchups are meant to follow different things, even depict different stories. Sometimes they hand you guys masks before the fights to depict different stories of battles. A lot of these matchups and like the people that are grouped in like doubles or even the group tournaments, they're all, for lack of a better word, show people. Very much ones who like to revel in getting the crowd rowdy and putting on a big show of things, whether it's spilling a lot of blood, having a very unique arcane casting type that has a very showy flair to it, or just people who like to talk and yell a lot. This is absolutely some sort of big show.
What story are you trying to tell? It does not matter. The story I tell will be told in blood by my god.
I'd say take an inspiration for that. Damn.
Damn.
Cool. Atticus, what are you looking for on the board?
I'm probably just looking at who the group is.
Okay.
Looking for the rest of them.
Looking at the names, you've seen a few of them fight before. And you do see one of them is standing not far away, also looking at the board. Yeah, you don't know much about them, but they're not far away.
Is it Padre?
Yeah, Padre is near you, actively looking at the board right now. You know Keeley is bunked not far away. The last one, you look around and see that they're making their way toward the board as you are looking.
Probably just like walk up to Padre because he's probably the closest to me, and I'll like slap him on the back. Be like, "Hey!"
We sit back.
Nice.
I mean, to be fair, my hand is big enough. It probably got some of your ass too.
And you're welcome for that.
Jesus Christ.
Incredible.
You ready?
I am ready for any opportunity for combat. And I'm sorry, my friend. Your name?
Oh, I'm Atticus.
Atticus. Pleasure.
I have to say, I didn't think that someone of so devoted to a god would be excited for combat, to say the least.
My god is interested, much like our benefactors, in telling a story. And I revel in any opportunity I get to partake in.
Who's your god? Bet you I've told him to go fuck himself.
No such thing, I'm afraid. The Sun Bearer is my faith.
It's one I haven't checked off my list yet.
I'm sorry, are you devoted?
No.
Sunbearer, huh? I suppose that's why you've lasted as long as you have. Because, no offense, I'm sort of surprised a man of faith has gotten this far as you have, but if it's the Sunbearer, that makes a lot of sense.
I am armed with the weapons that I need. My faith. You are the one they call Titan, yes?
Correct?
A mighty warrior. A pleasure to meet you as well.
Pleasure. Big guy, you must be Atticus.
Sure.
Very impressive. Your last showing.
You too. I've seen all of us fight. I think we'll make a good, rough little group of people.
Yeah, if nothing else, it should be entertaining. I try and give a little, and I take one of my scimitars and I just spin it. I try and give everything a little bit of a dramatic flair.
Oh, that is very impressive.
But we're short one. We got one more.
By this point, I probably would be making my way to the board to meet everybody.
Ha!
Yeah.
She's socializing.
Haha!
And knowing your
We've done it. Everybody go home. We did it. Go home.
And knowing your high elf bunkmate is very nosy and likes to keep an ear to the ground, you are not surprised when she calls up and says, "Yeah, she says she's not gonna die, so I guess one of you has to."
And I like that spirit for you. Wonderful.
She just like gives a thumbs up.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
You are the one they call Keely, yes?
I am.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure's all mine.
Well, a marvelous story we will tell together.
Fun.
Here's hoping.
So as you guys are sharing this sentiment, that you hear a on the bars near the cell door, and one of the guards, just looking at you guys, says, "Boss would like to have a meeting. You all decent? Ready?"
Sure.
All right. You know the drill. Weapons in the receptacle. You'll be able to pick them back up in a bit. Once you guys are
That was
all...
quick. Still haven't eaten yet.
Oh, don't worry. He's got a meal prepared for you when you get there.
Even better.
And after you guys are disarmed, the doors opened up and you are led into the hallway. Just a precaution, and each of the guards starts approaching with manacles. These gilded gold things that are laid upon your wrists. And then once each of you is shackled, you are led up the stairs and down a specific alcove to a... Yes?
I want to look as pathetic as possible.
Okay.
I have a rosary.
Right.
They come up with the manacles. I just be like, oh, please, you would deprive a man from his religious practice.
We can shackle you without removing the rosary from your hands.
I am but a man of God, sir. Is it necessary to bind my hands in this way?
Give me a persuasion check.
I thought you'd never ask. Can I argue deception? Because I'm fucking.
You can do deception. It's
No, because I'm full of it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is going to be a
Nice.
high DC.
Roll for bullshit.
Roll for bullshit.
Roll for bullshit.
I aimed to be the Osmond of deception here.
There you go.
Wow.
Channel that energy.
Oh. Are you
So that's a 19 on the die.
Oh, shit.
That's a 25.
25?
And yeah.
The guard kind of looks you over, looks at your physicality, seeing the muscles you clearly have. Go get the backup. Won't shackle you, but a couple of our friends are going to be flanked you real close.
I invade his personal space a little bit. I just like cup his hands, just like Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. You are so very kind.
Yeah.
The gods may smile upon you this day.
And also you. And like backs up, trying to put some distance. Well, let's roll. And
Bitch.
there are 2 guards like right next to you.
Fine.
Yeah, hands on hilts.
You see these pythons?
See those guns?
They said they disarmed us, yet I still have 2 guns.
God damn it. But yeah, you guys are led down a couple alcoves and then to a room with a crane floor that lifts you up many levels. No windows to speak of. Seemingly not wanting to show where they take the prisoners up and down between the levels. And it takes you up, and once the door opens, you see a large office with lush plants to either side, but a lot of different gold ornamental objects all over the place. Not seeming to fit any sort of aesthetic, just seeming to give an aura of, I spent money on this, and you will have to see it type of thing.
Trump Tower.
Yeah.
I'm rich, you're poor.
Yeah,
Get
100. Yeah, 100%. And
Cool.
you see this large GIF sitting behind the desk, like writing in a ledger with this gold quill, and looks up and sees you guys. Ah, perfect timing. Come on, give them some fucking chairs. Let's go. And a couple of the attendants bring over 4 chairs and set them down for you guys to sit in. And the guards stand behind you guys as you come in. And he just kind of like leans back in this extra large chair, as gifts are not small creatures, they're quite large. And this his big large hippo smile just beams at you guys, gold caps on every tooth. Just, well, I'm assuming you want to know why you are up here, obviously. So I had a couple different stories in mind. One of my friends wanted to have a big show, bring some family in and a lot of different customers. So I want to have a good couple different stories. You lot actually fit some of the descriptions of a party ages ago that was down in shit. What the fuck was it called? Tranquility, fuck, whatever. Anyway, they liberated the place before it just turned to ash and was vacant for decades. Anyway, not why I paired all of you specifically. See, last place I went outside of this place, my security detail was eaten by raptor horses, and so now I need a new one. So here's my fucking deal for you. I need to close in on a deal with a fucking halfway piece. Got some shit I really need. So I need some fuckers to guard me while I'm there, because these guys don't take kindly to rich types. Fair, totally fine. But I'm more than happy to wipe your debts clean. Whatever charges you had in the ledger, completely fucking good. But you win your bout. You come with me, secure the thing during Bear's Fall. We're all good. You can fuck off after that. I'll just take the train back. Sound good?
So this is a test.
Yeah.
Make sure we're up to the task.
Yeah,
I'm in.
I'm not gonna have some weak little shits fucking guarding me while I'm out there. I gotta make sure you're worth your shit.
I'm in.
Right?
All right.
Wonderful opportunity.
Glad we can see eye to
Graciously
eye. Obviously I can't have you all wearing that padre you're fine, but I can't have you guys wearing fucking leathers. You guys look like a unit. Taylor and this small gnome with a like handlebar mustache comes out with a measuring tape. I'll have to get you all measured out so we can outfit you for the trip. You know, should you survive. Um, yeah.
Fair enough.
Right. I got some fucking bookkeeping to get to, but once you guys are measured, you guys could take them back to their shit, and the guards just nod. Fucking perfect. Right, great, and just starts writing back down in the ledger. One by one, the gnome takes measurements of you guys. Inseams the whole fucking thing. And then once you guys are done, you are escorted back the same way down to the barracks. And you guys have till sundown. Is there anything you're doing in the meantime?
Sure, I get my meal,
Cool.
food, and warm up in.
Cool.
So if we have like a train area or like an area with practice dummies or some shit.
Yeah. Before you guys are taken down all the way to the barracks, there is one stop you guys make in the middle of this large shaft. And the door opens, and there's kind of like a dining hall with a long table filled with exquisite foods. Roast fickens, bog melon puree, a whole bunch of different foods. For some of you, better well-made foods than you've ever had in your life. Absolutely a buffet for the elite. And the guards just kind of post up, and one of those is just like, meal you were promised.
Don't mind if I do.
Hell yes, my
Is
favorite
there
part.
is there something we can do about these? Or we still have to wear them?
Oh, yeah. And they come and unlock each of you guys.
Can I actually have tried to get myself out of them on the way without being noticed?
Give me... Okay. Would you
There you
have
go.
tried to hide your thieves' tools on you, or no?
Yes, I did. Want
Okay.
to mention that.
I distracted the hell out of one of the guards. Can I give her advantage?
You can. Alright, give me a thieves' tools check with advantage.
All right, what is that?
It's dexterity, and because you have expertise in it, double your proficiency modifier.
Okay.
Like, wouldn't that just be sleight of hand?
Yeah. So, sleight of hand. Well, because thieves' tools, she has expertise in, but sleight of hand she doesn't.
Nice.
Oh boy. And double the proficiency, you said?
Yep.
Where is that? Am I blind? I feel like I'm blind.
Your
It
proficiency
should-
is 3.
If we're level 5, it's
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
$27.
Dang.
Cheat sheet.
Yeah, so whereas like Padre just gets to walk up and the other two are getting unshackled from the manacles, one guard goes over to you. You just kind of hand him the manacles. Yeah, take
10
an
out of
inspiration
10.
for that shit. Damn.
Woo!
And the guard just like watches you drop them in his hands and is just like, fucking every time, and just goes back in line. Cool.
No, we loading up.
Cool.
Carbs, protein. Like-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a ton of meats on here, as well as a ton of baked goods. Even like quite a few pastries as well. And you guys load up. And as soon as you guys polish off like one entree plate, you see it's just kind of floated up and taken away. You imagine there are like unseen servants here. And the guards basically just wait until you've had your fill. Is there anything that wants to be said while you all are doing this? Cool.
Or just eaten.
Yeah. Just silent. Haven't had food this good in months, even maybe before that. And you are just enjoying the small bit of peace you have. And then, as you guys...
Can I?
Yes?
Because we are fighting this evening. Yes. I would like to, if it is amenable, if I might say a few words before we engage in battle.
Sure. By all
Be my
means.
guest.
It is simple. May our aim be true. May our armor protect us. And may our courage never falter under the sun's gaze. Thank
Sure.
you.
Give me a religion check.
Aw,
Oh,
Wait,
here we go.
I'm religious.
are you sure?
Yeah?
19. So religious, I lost my accent. 19.
Damn.
You especially, Padre, but each of you feels this warm glow in your chest. Yeah, like a nice, good hug.
I love it when my god lets me kill people in his name. Or her.
Or her.
Or them.
Cool. Are you casting any spells with this, or is this just a prayer?
Just a simple blessing.
Okay, cool. I didn't know if you were casting Hero's Feast or some shit.
I got nothing. I don't have
Sick.
access to Hero's Feast.
Oh, dang. But yeah, and you guys enjoy the meal. Once it's done, the three of you that were shackled before are shackled again. For Keely, the dude's just like, just to keep your hands busy until we can get the fuck down there. And you guys are guided down, and upon asking for the training room, you guys are directed over in that direction. And in lieu of a training room, you guys are just taken out to the arena. This large circular space with this gold sand that blankets the ground. Not with the usual sigil glow that glitters across the gold sand as it does when the arena is in operation. You can see the seats above you and the three big roller boxes above you. You can't quite see the ceiling as it's dark right now, but you can see the emerald inlay of the spiked edge before the drop into the pit. And as you guys walk in, given that it's not normal operating times, a couple emerald colored sigils appear and training dummies erect. You guys are given some time to train.
So, I mean, we've all seen each other fight, yes? So I feel like we all have an idea of each other's strengths, yes? Am I correct in that?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Alright. Is there anything that maybe is hard to see with just your eyes, something we should maybe know about? For instance, I would warn against anybody getting within, I don't know, 5-10 feet of me, unless you want to feel a little spark of divine energy burning you from the inside out.
Noted.
I would just keep roughly 15 feet away from me at all times, but something like that. Should we stay close, be away? Do you have a specialty that like that? It's alright if there's not. I just feel like maybe getting all our cards on the table here.
I myself am not the most accomplished fighter. I am best when I'm able to help my companions.
If you can provide distractions, it'll make plenty of opportunities for me.
I could do something like
I got nothing.
Well, you're just very big and very strong, so I feel like you just by yourself will cause a distraction because our enemies will just be pissing themselves as soon as you get close. So,
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
And what of you, Rogue? What is your optimal distance? A bow and arrow? Something
Oh,
more
yes.
personal.
I keep a range.
Then Atticus, I shall join you in the fray. Perhaps we can watch each other's back.
Sure. Just stay behind me and I'll make sure no one gets too close to you.
Much appreciated.
I guess I can keep more of a middle. Sort of play goalkeeper between you, Keely, and you two. Because I prefer to get a little up close and personal, but I have things I can do at ring. But like I said, I prefer to get up close. Also, again, sort of gives them a better show, and I kind of do, like, something you've seen, if you've watched any of Tydrin's fights, you've seen him do this a million times. He just kind of takes his blades, and in one, like, fluid motion, while spinning, is spinning his blades around him, and then kind of chops off the head of one of the practice dummies.
Yeah. Roll me. Well, it's stationary. I'd say it's an auto hit. Yeah, you do the whirlwind, and you easily lop off one of the heads.
Perhaps I should stay in the back.
Fine with me.
If it's you who would like
Don't-
to be up close and personal.
Do that. Also, worst case scenario, if need be, I can be very fast. So if I see someone making a beeline, I can intercept.
I will do my best to hold my own. But I appreciate it.
And
But if there is not much else,
Probably starts warming up.
cool. After your guys' talk of tactics, and even like a couple warm-up moves, getting your muscles ready for the conflict tonight, give me a perception check, each of you, before you decide to leave.
Oh, man.
Hey!
18.
18,
22.
22,
10.
10.
Perception.
Yeah.
Five. I rolled shit.
Oof.
Oh yeah.
Atticus and Keely, you guys are more focused on trying to build a like team move that uses both your skills, and you're just focused in on that. Whereas T and Padre, you guys, after talking for a second about a possible similar collaboration, you look up. You see in one of the high roller booths, this high elf. Her hair pulled back into this very tight bun. Padre, you notice also in clergy garbs, but instead of the flamed head and humanoid body with the hands extended down of the sun bearer, you see just 2 crescent moons interlocked around each other of the Lady Luna. Just watching you guys and your like practiced moves. And as you guys are taking notice and looking up, oh, don't mind me. I paid enough to be able to watch the training sessions. That I'd see who I'm betting on tonight.
Well, I hope you're enjoying the show, and I'll give her a wink before going back to going through the motion.
Give me a persuasion
Sister
check.
of the Moon. Sister of the Moon.
Persuasion.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Always a pleasure to meet someone of the Sunbearers flock. Hopefully you will be able to return to them soon.
I can only hope that I have more years in me yet, but if it is my time to walk into the sun, then I will do so joyfully.
May he guide you. What was your roll?
It's a natural 20.
Yo! Okay. With your wig, you see her ears kind of...
And I don't have my mask on or my hood up or anything. Like, she can totally see my face.
Yeah. You see her ears kind of flick a little, and she just beams. Well, I haven't seen much, but I already know at least one group I'm betting on tonight. Take an inspiration for that.
Damn fucking straight you're rooting for us.
We're just all going through the motions here.
Yeah.
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 And what does the goddess have in store for us this evening?
And you see the holy symbol on her chest glow, and her eyes grow this white. Give me a religion check before she speaks.
Aw, shit.
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Okay.
I was in that one. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Oh!
I'm gonna use a different dice for it too.
Sick.
That's probably smart.
Much better. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Being a father in the clergy, you've been to not just gatherings for the Sunbearer, but for each of the Notterlim, trying to respect them all in their equal right during their individual holidays. And you know Lady Luna's presence whenever it's there. And despite the very bright glowing symbol and supposedly the glowing eyes of possession, you don't feel her presence here. But she, after a second, the glow dissipates. I think you all will enjoy the battle very much. And sure, it will be favorable for all of you.
I smell a bitch.
She's a fraud!
Game recognizes game, sister.
Damn.
Well, shit.
Cool.
And I just nodding that does not faze me. Just wonderful. Yeah. Thank you for that. That piece of insight from Mother Moon.
And she just gives you a very matronly smile and nods at you.
Guys, I don't think this is the good place.
No.
This is the bad place.
I don't think this lady has our best interests in mind.
Me neither.
I know.
I'll be right back. I gotta use the bathroom real bad.
No worries.
Oh, dare.
Yeah. I'll say you guys train for a little while longer. Unless there's anything else that needs to be done in this arena right now.
So.
Cool. Then you guys make your way back to the barracks. Judging by the simulated day-night cycle with the crystal lights on the sides of your guys' bunk areas. You imagine it's getting close to maybe like 4 o'clock. Still a couple hours given that it's summer till sundown, but good amount of the day has gone through. Are there any other final things you would like to do before?
Where's my bunkmate? Because I feel like he and I were kind of best.
You you see him kind of posted up. There's not really a table for you guys to do things on, so there's kind of just a small circle of people in the middle of the bunk area. People are like walking around them, playing Three Dragon Ante right now.
Oh, he's playing a card game?
Yeah.
Or is he just watching?
He's playing.
Oh, he's playing?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Oh, the Warforged?
No,
Or-
no,
Oh, I don't think I gave him a name.
no.
And now my Clarence.
Wait, the Warforged was my bunkmate, the one who fell out of the fucking.
No. The
Okay.
Hexblood
That's a goblin.
is your.
Yeah, the Hexblood.
Yeah,
That's who I'm looking for.
The Goblin is the one that's with Atticus.
Atticus.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hexblood is sitting there, just like biting onto one of the piercings in his lip. Just
Figured out.
like trying to figure out what everyone's bets are right now. Terrible poker face, always has have. Clarence is just kind of sitting there, trying to gauge people out.
I'll pull up kind of behind him and watch it. Why'd you even bother? You know, you lose every time anyway. This is just free gold for everyone else.
Motherfucker can hope. Also, you know we can't bet with gold here. Shit.
You know what I meant.
Yeah. And you see, like, the pot in the middle is, instead of gold, it's paper slips, laundry, sanitization,
Oh shit.
mopping, different tasks that they're trying to ante up to get rid of for the week.
Fucking betting chores. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Well,
Well, hurry up and lose. Hurry up and lose. I've got some news for you.
Fuck. And he throws down his cards and just waits for a bit, and you see everybody else kind of like furrow their brows. Motherfucker, and throw down their cards. And somehow he had like a mid-tier hand. Everybody else had shit, and we're just hoping not to be the worst. And he just, oh shit, have fun with fucking latrine duty, assholes. All right,
Look
what's
at
up?
that. Broken clock is twice a day.
Anyway, what's up?
So, you know how I was joking? Maybe if, finally my numbers come up, boss is gonna let me go.
Ah, fuck,
it's
you're
joke.
getting out of here.
I'm getting out.
Motherfucker, you still have 2 weeks on my fucking dishes duties. Oh, fuck you. Fine. Oh, shit. Well, you better not fucking lose tonight.
Well, that's the plan. It's not to lose. But any, I don't know, messages you need me to pass on to the outside.
Oh, shit. Ah.
Our robot buddy, he always told me, stop in Vol. Need to find somebody named Titus and tell him he's a piece of shit and he needs to stay away.
Never been to roll. Fuck. I mean, if you... Not the only people I really knew were in Driscoll, and that place, from what I've heard, because I've been here a while, is, yeah, not the best. You guys have been in here a while, but you having been in here, not the earliest, but pretty early, is, Driscoll, the whole county, is just eaten by, sturges.
Fun.
Yeah. So when he says Driscoll, it's... yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I thought I'd ask.
Nah, it's fine. I mean, they're all assholes anyway, so if they fucking died, that's up to them. Plus, My mom doesn't exactly live on the fucking material plane, and I don't think you have a mind to go to the Feywild, so it's fine.
Not particularly.
Yeah. Won't blame you. Right, well, I get to sleep in tomorrow, so I'ma fucking get another nap in. And just claps you on the shoulder.
Alright,
Cool.
no, that's it. So yeah.
Sweet. Anyone else got stuff they want to do?
I have everything I need.
Cool.
Oh, I need to get my I know I said I didn't mean tunic. It's more of like robes that like the sleeves have been cut off.
Yeah.
Need to get my hood up, and I need to go grab my my mask.
Okay. Yeah. And as you put on your mask, your guys' group doesn't get any masks, but a couple masks are passed through the bars to specific fighters in preparation for their fights. Some of them have vestiges you guys have seen before. It's very Commedia dell'arte. They're masks that are meant
nice.
to depict certain things. Like some of them are soldiers' masks. Some of them are farmers. There's one for specific like adventurers from the past. You do see one person, the only dwarf within your guys' company, gets a mask of with this beard and this grin, which you guys know is some bard from ages fucking past. But the downside is, this dwarf can't play shit for guitar. So it's gonna be a rough fight for him.
Oof.
And as you guys are kind of just waiting for the fights to start, the goblin above your bunk, Atticus, just kind of like peeks down and is like, so I don't want to be insensitive, but if you die, do I get your shit?
I'm not dying. I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay, but seriously, because you're the only person who's got authorized enchanted shit, and I'm not gonna fucking last out here. Wait, does that resize?
Alright, seriously? I'm not dying. And if I do, you're the last motherfucker that's gonna get this axe.
And he thinks about it, and then he sees the size of it, and then the size of you, and then he looks at it himself and he's like, yeah. It just kind of goes back up to the bunk, and starts just muttering to himself in Goblin. And you guys wait. As is usually custom before the fights, about 30 minutes before, those who came and sat in prayer with you, Padre, before the fight, come and ask for guidance. Whether or not they're in the fights, just it's become a sort of ritual over the months you've been. Given that literacy is not completely widespread in Saltu, and those who know the word are in short supply in this place. So they kind of sit and ask for a few words.
My children, this may be the day that I leave you into the free world or into the next one. For all of you that have stayed, the new faces, the old ones, remember when it is fear that stands between you and conflict. Dream not of the things that will go wrong, but the wonderful things you will grow into. the things the fire will forge you into. If I perish this day, do not mourn me, for I have gone to see my God in the sky. And just as you will not mourn me, I will maintain every faith that you continue on your journeys. I cannot wait to see what you become. Until we meet again, my friend.
They'll bow their heads, and kind of like put their hands on your shoulder. And it's not long after this, right as the guards are starting to come up to bring the fighters to the arena, that the small high elf girl just kind of drops down from her bunk and lands on her feet, kind of staring at you.
I start to walk past.
Oh.
Sorry.
Sorry, no, it's at Keeley. My bad.
Okay, understood.
She just kind of stares at you for a second and kind of seems to zone out before shaking her head, coming back, saying, "I don't think you're gonna die, but the rats aren't rats."
I'll keep that in mind.
And she just
Thank you.
walks off. And you guys start to be gathered. You guys are led down a couple hallways, and as you guys are headed to the arena, you're led off to different areas as each one of the fighters stays in a specific room until their fight is ready. And not long after, you hear booming voice from inside the arena. "Ladies and gentlemen, fucking welcome! I hope you guys are ready for some amazing stories and some fucking amazing bloodshed. Now, we got some fucking ripper fighters in here today, and I hope I hear each one of you roaring for these motherfuckers as they perform for you. Let's hear it for these guys!" And you hear a roar of a crowd bigger than you've heard in the last year. And the adrenaline is starting to kick in as the anticipation for the fight starts ramping up. And that's where we're going to take a short break.
Oh boy.
We'll be back in about
Hell yeah.
10 minutes. This has been, and once we come back, will continue to be D&D Saltu, Episode 8, Gold and Glory. We'll be back in a bit.